right, so welcome to it. It's another episode of the Life Sofa, and I'm chilling here on the Life Sofa, the sofa of life. And I want to find out from PJ right now, and I'm gonna change that real quick. I want to start there. Like I said, my dog.
What up, bro?
I'm good. What's going on?
I'm nice, my nigga.
It's good to have. We already started chatting before this, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't seen each other in in such a long time, but real quick, because this question usually changes. I ask it twice at the beginning, and after delving deep into the details,
Yes,
and
sir.
I ask it again at the end. Just on the base level, how is life so far?
Life is, man, that's so. You see, it's always the basic questions that are the hardest ones.
Yeah, don't overthink it.
Yeah, life. I will say life is good right now.
Yeah.
Because I've become more appreciative. I've become more accepting of things. I've become more. I've been working on myself.
Yeah.
I've been working on my family. I've been working on my work.
Yeah.
So I feel I'm in that state, or that part where it's the good job,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's been a long ride.
It has.
Yeah.
Let's
been a
start at
long
the
ride.
beginning.
Yeah.
When you hopped onto the taxi the first time. I remember the first time I heard you, right? I'm on a roll. Fede don't act like you know. Hey, bang seeing the season, know. Starting on niggas, son, I should be Kobe, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing much you can show me. I got the juice, sparking them just till I shoot through the roof. Fede, I smell like truth. I've been the one, but I want them in two spots. Let's start jumpies. They're one of these broads, one bumpy.
Hey.
Fede, y'all ain't ready for the new Steve.
What? This man know the verse more than me. This man know the verse more than me.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, I do. So
MarazA, whoa,
I
shout
heard
out
that for the first time, and
Shout out.
I didn't know who BenchmarQ was.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were. I didn't know who TK was, and for me that was quite an introduction. I remember saying to Tweezy,
Yeah.
bro, if I'm at a club and I don't hear this joint,
It's gonna be war.
it's
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know my favorite memory also of that song, Get Lit. Shout out to Tweezy.
Yeah.
I remember we performing it. You know Kantari back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
DJ Slim, what up?
Yeah.
It was Fat Thursdays. And yeah, obviously we had to perform that thing a couple of times. I remember at a point also, because everybody was just, doing their thing out there having fun. So we performing it, and we quite new in the city, whatever. We in the label, the fresh label.
Yeah.
Everybody got a single out, and it's time to do promo.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Buntle, Muriselle,
Yes.
and Pretty Ugly, actually. Vibing to the song.
Yeah.
And it was
Did you know them
crazy.
on a personal level at that point?
Not really, no.
There we go.
No.
So it was just the power of the
really
music
vibes.
itself.
And man, it was the craziest thing for me. It was like, okay, there's a bit of hope. We might be going somewhere. Yeah. So that's crazy, man. Shout out. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed myself when I was writing for that song, bro.
Yeah. I could tell. It shines through. I mean, that's one of the hardest drops in for me in hip hop history. When we are about to get
Woo! Another fun fact.
Yeah.
Tweezy recorded that thing with the chappies in his mouth. I was like, man,
you gotta be kidding me.
These Josie cats, some disrespectful cats recording out here with my chappies in their mouths.
It's sacred.
What technique is this now?
Now.
But it was a dope experience because already, coming from Pretoria, we're just fans of all you niggas anyway. Already, So coming to Josie Villa and then we meeting you guys in real time. For Pretoria niggas, it was like,
Take me through from you guys meeting up, you and TK meeting up to that song, because I don't know anything prior to that.
Yeah.
And I know a bit after that. I know there's a lot of things that I don't know that are behind the scenes. But like, how did you get to that point? Because I didn't even think you were a Pretoria dude. Bro.
Yeah. What did you think?
One of my favorite thing about you, bro, is I heard isiZulu.
Yeah.
I heard Setswana.
Yeah.
And I heard some Spitori. That's why I'm embarrassed at how long it took for me to realize that A-Reece is your little brother.
That's crazy, but that's also something I think I didn't ever have a problem with. I didn't want it to be that thing anyway. You know, at a certain point in the beginning, I wanted it to be that, right? But as soon as I was like, ish, you know, let it be. Everybody have their thing properly and do their thing.
And for me, it's purely because of how different you are in terms of. I can tell that you're the older brother. There's a more. You have the same approach to being in Josie that I did.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely. That's what I was about to say. Hey man, first of all, you can do whatever the hell you want. Like you go into languages like this, very well spoken anyway.
Yeah.
So you know, that's why you could easily go into that. And for people to be able to do that, it's actually a level of intelligence that's very super high to be able to do that and learn other languages and speak them, and also be able to kind of like put the as if you can speak it like them.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Dog, I couldn't tell whether I'd say, are you Zulu, are you Tswana?
What's going on here?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When did BenchmarQ begin, and how long were you guys riding for, grinding for before you got to Ambitiouz?
Man, the grind was actually like, now that I look at it, it was long, but it was worth it. Yeah. First of all, TK had already been, you know, chasing it, religiously chasing it, you know, loyal to.
Shout out to TK.
TK is for me, he's such a pioneer and he's such a go-getter for real. And then, like, he had that spirit, man, like that we have to find this out. Yes. We have to know. Why is that sounding like this? We have to, you know what I mean?
So when you have a person like that, what he does now.
Yes, he's always trying to find out what the hell's going on.
So when you have a person like that,
I was still in high school. I was like 16, right? I heard about these guys, but then also I knew one of the guys, which is Bagzito.
Yeah. Bagzito on the river.
Yeah.
Oh snap! Shout out Bagzito.
Yeah, he's from Elansport. There's like Tepos Yahi. So So I was hanging around with him a lot. And but then he was also part of this group where TK was as well, and there was other cats as well. Atomic, you know, Bad News, If I'm I hope I'm not missing anybody. Oh, even Tiro and stuff. Like these names, some people won't know, some people will know. But yeah, they had this group called Tsotsi Mentality.
Oh shit.
So the CDs would be around Velemokasi on some you know what I mean? And they were kind of like they were quite popular, you know. So and I was a fan because I was also chasing the same thing, like, I want to be a recording artist or whatever. So to me, I always took everything serious, like it's a serious thing, like what is the process? Who do you meet? What must happen? Is this the beginning? You know what I mean? I always look at things on a grand scale.
Yeah.
So I had to get with the guys.
You know, I completely understand that, because I'm very much like that in the same way. Anytime I get into something, I get so incredibly absorbed.
Yeah.
I do think that I need to tone it down though, because I spent almost 2 years being a woodworker.
Okay, no. I think I remember this around this time.
2020.
In fact, there was things being built in here that you were doing yourself.
Studio I built, but not just the studio. My dinner table in the lounge.
Jesus Christ,
my personal home, by the way. My dinner table in the lounge. The Murphy beds that my kids sleep on.
It's the level of intelligence I'm telling you about.
And the bed that I sleep on right now.
Yourself.
Yes. I built it myself.
That's such a from where I'm from. That's such a white guy thing, bro. Like if the white guy is there, go Denville Extension 3, do everything, nigga. Fix your car now, fix what, you know, with a cigarette here, bro. Never leaves the mouth, just right here. When he talks, it just goes like this.
I was doing plumbing a few days ago.
Come on, Raza.
I did my own plumbing. I did my own electrical wiring.
Come on,
I've even helped fix the electricity in this building.
Come on, man. You the guys that's gonna make us look like now we the beta males now.
Don't.
I'm telling you, because man, I'd be like, I'm quick with the bulb. It's me, nigga. I'm out there, stool, fix it up. I'm done, but that's it.
I love how you also need a stool, because I need a fucking stool. I need
I have like the most average height in the world, dog.
Vertically challenged.
It's like it's like there.
Dog,
it's like there's a lot of people that are
that's the problem.
Come on, hey, she's my bad, but We there. We like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we tropical cats, man. We ain't gotta be all tall for
Hey,
nothing.
you know
No,
what I
we
mean?
ain't surviving wars and nothing
You know
like
what I
that,
mean?
bro. We
Listen, let me
chilling.
tell you. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to be explicit, but uh, when it's time to go down, I get there quicker.
Come on,
so,
Raza.
so you from
Oh.
Benchmark? How old were you when you did that?
Oh, benchmark,
That's how I have all
benchmark,
these kids.
benchmark. Yeah, benchmark was more. I mean, I was when I was 16, 17, I was working on this thing of yeah, I just want to make songs.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my first song ever. I was pushing songs near Bluetooth.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ka Bluetooth. So I'm first time I get to say, get to be na go send it. Let's
Yeah,
Bluetooth go send
receive,
it.
not for accept.
Yeah, wearing my uniform, everything.
Yeah.
So it was called In My Shoes. I'll never forget that song. But I need to remember all the words. But it was a nice song, man. You know, and that was I felt like now selling music.
Yeah.
You know, at that time.
Yeah.
But it was for free. But I felt like
But
that.
it's
And
because you were building
and I
a
caught the
base.
bug. I caught the bug. I was 16, 17. I was like, I want to do this for real. For real. Like, it was already there, the bug. But now I was like, I want to be a professional recording artist,
Yes.
producer, songwriter.
Now, whenever we make those decisions,
Yeah.
there's always that thing of especially around that time. It might be a little bit better for the kids now, and people like yourself, myself, and your pro kids, your proverbs, your squatter camps really contributed to how much easier it would be for the average kid now to chase that dream. But you're in high school, you've decided this is the path for me. You've caught the bug. What's going on at home, and what is the expectation?
Oh man, at home it's not the best, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man. We were not
Please.
poor, but it was broke. I'm talking about. Sometimes you have two months of no lights, and it's not load shedding at that time.
Nah,
Load shedding was
it
even not a
wasn't.
thing
Yeah.
at that time. So yeah, 2 months no lights or whatever. In the fridge, you open up, you're like, oh, man, I seen this onion last week sitting in the same goddamn place because there's no tomatoes to make no gravy.
To sprout. This onion feels so lonely.
This
it's
onion
starting to sprout. It wants to.
This onion is really happy. It's on his last words. Like, yo, just. I don't know, make some onion rings, bro.
Come
do
on,
something.
Man.
I can't do this.
I can't go out like this.
It's crazy out here, though. It's lonely. So it was that thing. Well, but I never wore that thing outside.
Yes, sir.
I never wore that thing outside. I always went outside like everything is cool at home.
Isn't that the power
because I
of
felt like
though?
I should wear the pride of Indley, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Like I can't be out there showing how bad it is by my attitude, yeah, bro. So I always like came out. I'm like I was thinking I was the coolest.
Yeah.
I was thinking I knew something first.
Yeah.
I'll find out first or whatever. Or we dancing now. I'll be better than all these niggas. Or you know what I mean? Yeah. Or I'll be, what are we doing? But I'm in there. You know, is it a stage performance of, are we acting? Sharp. I'm in there. I just wanted to express myself, through these things.
I feel like that's
through
the
these
power
mediums.
of hip hop because, what people don't know about me is I changed schools 10 times.
Man.
All the way up
I
to
remember I was
matric.
on the phone and you said, yeah.
Yeah. Because we never stayed in one place for, on average, it was 2 years. I'd be in one place for 2 years and I'm gone, 2 years and I'm gone and I'm gone. And that's why I have this mentality of just adapt or die wherever you go.
But what does that do to you mentally, man?
It did two things. The positive thing it did for me was it helped me be able to get to any spot, figure out what's going on,
absolutely,
and try and find my way in and adapt. That's why right now I'm multilingual. You could take me to the Northwest. It'll, take time, but I'll get on my feet. I'll find a way. But also, it made me struggle to build lasting human relationships.
And that's why I was asking.
Yep, because I was always the new guy everywhere. So I never had any friends to really visit and call. And now, when you look at the person that I am now, I struggle in my personal life with family. I take care of my mom. I take care of my father's side of the family. I take care of my grandfather and everything. My mother doesn't go to bed hungry. On God, not as long as I'm alive.
Shit, bro.
But I probably haven't spoken to my mother in 3 months.
Damn.
And it's not because I
And I fully and before you even say it, I fully understand.
Yeah, it's just not in me like that, you know.
Yeah.
When I see people, sometimes people think I fake it when I say, "Oh, I've missed you, I love you," and when niggas is like, "But you have my number. Why haven't you?" I'm like, I'm just
yeah.
You know?
And I understand that, bro.
Yeah, when I'm alone,
I can tell you that.
I just become alone.
Yeah.
And then when I see you, I'm like, oh, damn.
It's my nigga.
I just take it from where we left it off. But normal human relationships, we check up on each other, we do, and I'm trying to learn it. But I got so used to being alone and by myself that in the back of my head, in my wiring, it's normal. You'll see each other when you see each other again. But it's still all love. And the average person doesn't feel like that. You know, so a lot of friendships that I've built, I have a lot of people who I call my brothers, but have actually come and called me out like, yo, stop saying that because you say it, but you don't act like it. You know what I mean? Which is very tough.
It takes a real one to actually admit such a thing.
Hey, bro.
It's not a simple thing.
No, it's not.
It's not a simple thing because, as you're saying, bro, with normal relationships, people believe it should be a certain way.
Yeah.
But when you're such a, when you've experienced that in your childhood, my mother always says, Velore, from age, boma 5 to a certain age, I forgot the other age, but it's that tender age where if a certain thing is soaked up and it's happening on a regular,
yes,
that will become, part of your character, and it is gonna be a scar on your DNA. That's how it is. You know what I mean? So I get it. Yeah. And I didn't move too much, but I've moved also to understand that.
Yeah.
I've moved to understand that. And that's why also I think the survival thing, pulls up in me as well. Where if I'm at a certain place, if they speak this way, I need to learn it quick. Who's here?
Yeah.
The people currency thing as well is very big.
Yes.
Who are the people here? Who's who? What's happening? You know what I mean? So I understand that very much because man, I grew up at the village in Mututlung. People know that I'm from Mututlung. In Macau, northwest side. Yeah, your homies is goats and cows just passing by here. City boys don't know nothing about that.
Don't know about that.
You don't know nothing about that. So
fresh milk.
Yeah, right now. So it was that, and then we're moving to, you know what I mean, bro, to this place, and then this place, gotta go live with your grandmother, gotta move, but you gotta go live with your other grandmother. And you're like, yo.
And each time you have
and every time you find, and my problem is I'm the attaching one. That's my problem. With the whole moving thing, I will find someone. Easy for me to make friends, but now the attachment thing, and now changes, and now start over again, or should you? That's why now you start doing this. You're more alone.
You know what? Where that happened with me?
Yeah.
I started when my little sister was born in 1998 on the 14th of February. Her name is Lindy. Shout out Lynn's little sister.
Yeah, this is your shower, yo.
At that time, I was 8 going on 9. And firstly, I didn't even know my mother was pregnant because as if I would have just like randomly one day she's gone. Where she's at the hospital. She's going to get a baby.
Over there? What's
at
happening?
That time I was the last born.
Okay.
And I'd been living with my mother that time for a year and a half. No, it was actually just a full year because I came to live with her in I was coming in for holidays in 1997, and then we came to study in Jersey. This is 1998, my first time being a student here. I'd left my brother, Sandy Lumseti, in Mhlanga Primary School. My first time changing schools. I go to Zitatele Primary in Orlando East. Start taking the train for the first time. So she gets this. She comes back with this baby. At that time, I don't know, it's my sister. Just like she randomly came back with this baby. I'm like, what's going on?
They sleeping over tonight? What's going on? Yeah.
And then she told me it was hers.
Yo, you betrayed me.
Nah, not even. I was like, this is how I will have people who will be with me every day of my life forever. When I was 8 years old,
Man.
I wanted a child.
What?
Yeah, because all the relationships that I saw around me and had built were all so very short lived, and it was always about what someone can gain from someone else. When my mother was not around, and we lived with our extended family, and things were bad, dog, bad. You have one breadwinner, and now
I
they
know
have
all
to
about
take care
that.
of her sister's
Even
kids and her
extended
sister's
family,
kids,
yeah.
and so it was bad. And for me, it became something like, oh, okay, so this relationship is transactional. I'm here because I need food. It felt like that. And growing up now that I'm older, I realized it wasn't that. It was just the pressures of life, and so much being put on the weight and shoulders of one person. It messes up with the situation so much so that you could feel like, because I felt like a burden, and
I
I
know
thought
what you
that's
mean.
what the relationship
I
was.
know what you mean.
So I wanted my first child at that point, and what I liked, I heard a song by you guys, you and Reese. It's still one of my favorite songs, from you guys ever collaborating, because of how personal it was, and you were discussing the home situation, how things were.
Yeah, very bad.
And for anyone who hasn't heard that song, when you first move from the village, I think, did you move to Pretoria with your parents?
So before it was just me, obviously, me and my mother, she was still back at home, which is, my grandmother's house now, still figuring it out. When you're younger, you think your parents have it figured out, like everything they're doing is right.
Yeah.
And you realize,
nope.
Niggas was freestyling. I'm a child and you niggas is freestyling, carrying me around. Yo, get your shit together. I need a home.
We're using an experiment.
Yeah, I need a home.
I'm not a guinea pig.
You know what I'm saying? So it was that, and I realized now, because I'm older. Yeah. But back then, I just knew this is where we live now. We live with my grandmother. It's me and my mom. My pops comes in sometimes. Sometimes he'll come in too late. Sometimes he'll come in too late and a bit drunk. And it'll be weird situations, and then he would leave, and then it would be, you know what I mean? But it's a story that I think many of even people watching now will relate with.
So he was in your life, but he wasn't.
Yeah, no, he was definitely in the life, but he wasn't really, you know what I mean? But I can say also, even when I look back now, that guy was a great guy. He was a great guy. You know what the problem with him was, I believe, man? He just kind of like fell into bad decisions sometimes. But he was a great guy, and a lot of people loved him. Even I realized the time when he passed away, Honago was viewed that, and I told this other guy,
rest in peace. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he 2020, he was not taking care of him.
I realized that wasn't in the song.
Yeah,
because he was still around.
Yeah, that time he was still around.
Yeah,
he was mad. He hated that song.
Oh damn!
Hated that song, but it was facts, bro.
Yeah.
And Reese is one guy that he really takes that as, I'm gonna express myself here. I won't even talk about it too much, like this.
Yes, but here
it's me.
I'm gonna put it down.
Yeah. So. Yeah, bro. He just made these weird decisions. That's all.
Yeah.
And then it became that thing where, Joe. The more you make bad decisions, the more it becomes as if now it's your character. And it does become you. Then now we cannot clean it off you. It's too many mistakes. It started off as mistakes, but now you're just doing wrong things.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I think that's what happened with my pops, dog. I don't know if I'm defending him right now or whatever, but it's because I've also grown to be a man. And that's why even in the song itself, I'm like, because I will never forget that thing. And, I said, but what I wish on you was just twice on me. So if I wish any bad things, it's twice on me, bro. I will always be my father's son anyway.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fun. That we grow up to become them in a little bit. So sometimes, as I'm growing up to be a man, I'm like, yo, I pops, yo. Aha, the boy.
The dog.
Yo, I
I
understand,
didn't
boy.
get it at that time. I judged you a bit too
I'm
much.
judging you here, dog, and I understand. Damn, this is hard, man.
Because of these bad decisions that you're talking about, you know, some of them start out with really good intentions, especially for a black man. You know, you're trying to.
Nobody just starts thinking, "Oh, I wanna just," you know what I mean, bro? Get off the rails. No.
You say, you know what? Maybe if I do this, if I hang out with these dudes, maybe they might plug me with this.
Absolutely.
But then it turns out that those dudes are leading you the wrong side. By the time you realize it,
it's too late.
Can't change it.
It's too late. You're inside. You're inside, and now you must commit. And now you're the guy now.
Now you're the guy now.
Because if you're not the guy now, what are you? Because you've never even practiced to be anything else.
Yes. And you need to pick what are you going to stand on?
What are you going to stand on?
Stand on the decision that you've made.
So it's too late.
Are you going to come out and say, yeah, I was wrong? And
you know with men of back in the day, it was a real thing of honor, word. Your word is your fucking bond. You know what I mean, bro? Stuff like that. Yeah, it was a real thing. You know what I mean? Not like now. Niggas can just switch any day.
Dog.
Right? It's easy to switch now, and it's fine. It's like, yo, I chose me or whatever. I don't know, but you know, at that time, it was a thing of, is this the honorable thing to do, or is this the manly thing to do, or is this, you know what I mean?
You know,
is this, you know, am I standing behind my word as a man, as monna, as intot, you know what I mean? Am I doing, you know, I gotta stick to it, stick to your guns. You know, if your Grotman says, I'm not smiling.
Yeah.
It's not smiling.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. How much is a garden? You're like, bro, it's your birthday.
Yeah,
chill. Smile. You know, stuff like that. But it's men of back in the day. And they were just different.
Let me tell you, I really miss I miss that man. And I want to be that man.
Yeah.
I try to be that man.
Yeah.
And we can disagree here, but I really feel like what we're doing today, you know, there's been this entire discussion on masculinity, and I think it's appropriate to talk about it now because we're talking about our formative years, and with there being a man in your life and you learning from him what needs to happen. We talk about how, you know, masculinity is a weight on men, on young men these days, and masculinity is destroying young men. That's indota must is such a heavy thing, and I sat back and I looked at it, bro. You know how many, a lot of people who go on social media and say, you know, tell men it's okay to cry. The same people, if they're a man, the one that they lean on
was to do that
in front of them,
they would break down and be
like,
nope.
How they see that man. And whether they like it or not,
I've never fallen for that trap. Yeah.
You know what?
I've never fallen for that trap.
No. Yeah. I have.
Eish,
and I had to see it. I had to see it.
But with who though?
No, not with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not with this one. I wouldn't have done it with any other.
Yeah.
But I really feel like, and as I'm raising a son right now, you know, as I'm raising a son, as I was raising two daughters, now raising one, I looked at it. I remember when I was raising my little brother, Usanele, this one behind the camera. I was like, nah, dog. You know, there's so much that is really hard, that is difficult. But that is the burden of being a man. And for me, personally, and for any young man out there who's listening, I think if you decide to run away from it, you can run, and you will find people who will coddle you and say it's okay. But when the sun goes down, everyone will go their separate ways.
Everyone will go
to their safe place of safety, and you will have to sit with that decision and sit with that man. Can you face that?
Yeah.
I can't. I decided I can't look myself in the mirror if I have failed to be the man that my family needs me to be, and I'm going to do everything in my power to be that man, as hard as it may be. On the Titanic, I said women and children first.
Yeah.
Men died. There were many men who were afraid
let's do
hypothermia.
Let's do a 2023 version of that same situation.
Oh snap! I'm on the boat. I am on the boat. Yo, I have things to do next week. So remember,
no. Equality.
Equality. Yeah. I'm on the boat. I ran here first. You should have run faster. Come on now.
And that's what I'm saying. But I'm still of the cloth, man. I'm still of that era in many ways.
Yeah.
Because I believe there's a big gap there.
Yeah, true. There are certain things.
Yeah, there's a big gap there. Some things just have to be. And I'm not saying I know all of, you know. I'm just saying also I wish there was more guidance.
Yes.
So that I can perfect it. So I can be in tune with it, especially with the cultural things as well, dog. You know those things bother me, dog. Actually, when I'm alone, they bother me when I'm just smoking by myself and I'm like in my feelings and my thoughts I be like, MarazA, you already flop, but no.
Yeah.
Era swagger, no, Joe. Like,
you know what I think we did, man?
You know?
I think what we did was we took English, and English should have been here. We put it in here. And
how could we not, MarazA, bro? There was so much imagery. There's so much conditioning, brother.
Yeah,
this thing is a psychological op, bro.
Yes,
it's an actual thing. Like, we will condition a certain amount of brains to behave this way.
Yes, and we have, and I
ish. I know and I agree with you, but what could we have done?
Yeah, what could we have done? You're right. And for me now, it's more pertinent to. There's a pertinent.
Yeah, bro. Niggas even dropping these the devil language. That's why lawyers use that to twist things in court.
Yeah,
but get yourself a lawyer. It's a real thing.
The impetus right now is that we need to. What could we have done? But I try to look at what can we do going forward.
Okay.
But around that time though, there was something amazing that was happening for me. I grew up. I did my biological father, who innocent Temikosi Mhlongo, he passed on in 1992, right?
Oh man!
And it trust me, it doesn't hurt. I'm sorry, I was
you were
3
2 or 3.
You know what I'm saying? I hurt for my sister because my sister got to know him more.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
it became
But then I was raised by women though. Everywhere. It was my mother's sisters, my grandmothers, my sister who there was a time when it was just myself and my sister. I was 10, 11, and 12. And my sister was 14, 15, and 16.
Yes, sir.
And she was raising me. I later on found out that there was a crisis of being in a child-headed household. And I didn't realize I wasn't a child. That's why I'm such a good cook right now.
Come on, speak on it. Speak on it, man. Speak on it.
Hey, man, how to make
and I
work.
get it, bro. There's so many similarities with yours being more heightened. I think, and I can hear, but I get that too with the whole women raise, and I think that also saved me with how I treat women.
Yeah, there we go.
You know what I mean?
There we go.
And for some reason, that's why I have 2 daughters, because I hate using this word now. I've been knowing the word, but I hate using it now in this era because it's so abused. But I manifested my first child.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
knew exactly what her name was. I knew, bro. I knew the skin tone. I'm like, yeah, she gonna be. I don't even care if you know. The mother is, you know, darker than night, bro.
That
She's
one
gonna
is
be
gonna
looking.
be like,
it's gonna look like a certain way.
Yeah.
But you know, I get it. I get what you're saying, because even with me, there was a lot of women around. You know what I mean, bro? More than the Grootmans and stuff. Because the Grootmans were the Grootmans.
Yeah, and they were at a distance.
Yeah, at a distance. And you know, a man back in the day, if they showing love to a child,
that's it. What's that? So cool, it's
how about? And then it's done like, yo, I know nothing about that man. He knows nothing about me. That's it. That's cool. So with women, it was a bit different, and
I found fathers.
Yeah, I think
I found fathers in hip hop though.
There we go. And in the streets, right?
Yeah, but
and
in the streets of hip hop, you know?
Yeah.
I remember when I first listened to Talib Kweli.
Your whole life changed.
Yo.
Is that like he's sitting in your top 5?
Yeah. Kweli, so I have 2 different top 5s.
Okay.
I have top 5s for me.
Yeah.
And top 5s for hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a real thing. It's a real thing.
You know,
and you gotta have hip hop's favorites in there.
Yeah,
otherwise,
you know,
you're not
as far as impact on my own, as far as impact on my own life,
Talib
Kweli, Eminem,
Eminem definitely with me.
Yeah.
Eminem
On a personal
definitely.
level,
Yeah, on some
you
I
know?
want to be Eminem now.
And
Type, you know.
as much as I was disappointed by him after he started talking smack about our country, most dead.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you know, I know you were going there because
Yeah.
you mentioned Talib, but Joe,
Well,
he's still that guy.
he is, yeah.
And
And
now
also
y'all forced that man to
we
be Yasin Bey
really
now.
deserve that
We
smack talk
need
now.
that.
Yeah, now we've earned it now.
That's a pep talk even now. It's changed.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
like-
even smack now. It's like, bros, get your, you know.
Oh, shit.
But you see, that's why I say everybody lies, MarazA. But time is the most honest. Even I lie. Everybody lies, bro. But time is the most honest. You will see.
Yes, sir.
It sounded crazy, but look now. It's the biggest facts that he was saying.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy?
Dog.
Because time is the most honest.
Yeah.
Niggas lie, bro. Niggas lie and said that nigga's talking shit. But, yeah, bro. So even us, bro, sometimes, you know, we can say things and we believe them in our brains to ourselves. I'm not saying to external, you know, whatever. To ourselves, you might say something to yourself in 2015.
Yeah.
That's not your truth in 2023, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's your thing, it's a personal thing. You were really holding on to it,
Yeah.
saying, this is how I am now going forward. But, you're chilling, bro. Time will be honest. You're lying. You're lying.
So you guys, I'm assuming when you're 16, 17, and you guys are already living in Pretoria.
Yeah, Pretoria. He was also the new guy type of thing, I think, when I'm looking at his backstory, you know. But because of this thing
TK,
that brought
you
them
mean?
together, that brought them together with the music and everything, niggas came together and did their thing. And I was just a fan of it. I was like, bro, these guys can record music and their voices coming out of the speakers.
Yo, bro.
And you know, back then it was just like the biggest science.
Yeah,
It's like, I have to be able to do this. This is magical.
How is this?
Yeah, how is this happening?
I can play this again and someone else can.
And someone else can forever.
Yeah.
I'm in there. I'm in there.
So
you know what I mean?
You formed BenchmarQ.
So yes, BenchmarQ was initially a trio, you know, with the homie Mo, who went by the name Bad News at that time. You know.
Rap names.
Rap names. It gotta be some like
Cannibal Killer.
Cannibal.
Yeah.
All
Castrated
that,
Johnson. Okay, maybe that might be a bit much.
What the fuck, bro? But yeah, those things, you know what I mean? So he was Bad News. It was a trio. I was the youngest, you know. And I was always the one thinking, Velor, yeah, you know. I always wanted to be a hybrid of some sort because initially,
you did that. That's what you were going for.
Initially,
on BenchmarQ, you did that.
Yeah, because initially I wanted to. Initially, bro, I didn't even want to be no damn rapper because I had a, you know, of course, 1997, Tupac happened to me. I was 7 years old, so to me it was like, yo, you know, okay, sharp. I want to do this thing. But I was 7, right? It wasn't really solidified. But I knew this is something that I would want to do. But growing up, then I started, you know, I was always glued on the TV, man. I was sketching. I was, you know, reading the comic. I was just a bloody nerd, man. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah, I even made my own.
Bro, I made my own comic. I had a character called Orion.
My guys, I wanted to make them a bit South African sometimes. I had one called Neo or something even in there, but it was because also I was jutad by The Matrix in 1999.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Shout out to it's me and my cousin. We were on that. Shout out to Kim. By the way,
I dropped my first
Mixed Extraordinary.
I wrote 2 books when I was in Titanic primary school. It was an exchange program with some Australian school, and I wrote and drew mine. And then I went to
we gotta have a comic off.
Yo, bro.
We gotta have a comic off. Oh, you talking comics now? Fine, I'll go find my art books and then pull up with them.
No. My drawings are trash.
And we're gonna have it's a special one of an episode where it's probably like 15 minutes, but we're gonna get to it.
Let me tell you, so
we're gonna get to it. Yeah.
Stan Lee and Jack Kirby.
Yeah, okay, come on, let's go. Okay, cool.
Jack Kirby was the illustration, Stan was the story. So I'll be Stan.
I mean, cool. Yeah, but also there was, for me, I was in the DC world.
Oh,
right? Because it was much darker. And
Yeah,
I was just like a troubled kid sometimes, you know, most of the time. But so the darker tones, I loved them a lot, bro, at that time.
Me too, I love
you remember The Preacher? It was a comic from DC. You were not a DC fan. You were already with Stanley. You saw the future.
No.
But
I was a huge Variant Comics fan.
Okay.
Which is an imprint of DC.
Okay.
And they did Sandman.
Yes. They bring him back. They actually have Sandman as a real life series.
We're watching that series.
You might try.
Okay. I'm gonna go down that rabbit hole. You always wanted to be a hybrid. You did all these things.
Yes, I wanted to do all these things. I just wanted to be honest, actually, when I'm thinking about it now, I wanted to be just a great artist of some sort. Overall, just a great artist that will be, the great artist, J. Joe Death.
Yes. Today, does this.
And they give me some, old ass thing, and I have to hold it. Then we take a picture, and they say we say you are the dopest, and then I have that thing at home, and I put it there.
Yeah.
It wasn't always, blow up my eye, dog. It was just do art, but do it properly.
Yes.
And so when people see it, they say this will be brilliant art forever, will never age badly type thing. You know what I mean? Just wanted to be a freaking artist. So you wanted to be
broke?
Yes.
Yeah.
Until I grew up.
Yep.
And I made human beings.
Yes.
I'm like, oh shit. Now I gotta care about this formality stuff. And then the homie had to get his business right.
Did you make human beings in high school or post?
Oh no, post high school. I was a good boy. Okay, I was a good boy. I escaped.
And I think after you leave high school, that's the first bit of like having to grow up now.
Yes.
What was going on in your life at that time? And I'm assuming BenchmarQ was already there. Was Bad News still part of it?
It was I think the separation with the homie, it was I think around 2011 at that time, even maybe before.
Yeah.
But we were trying to take it, to the next level. And it was just a bit of miscommunication there. Just different priorities.
Paths,
just different priorities and whatever. It was not even a lot of people
don't know. Well, a lot of people know now when the soil. Was there's a lot more than the people ended up seeing when they were platinum selling artists. You know. Yeah. So that happens.
And then in 2011, I just remember bits and pieces. But 2011, that's when me and TK now decided we need to have a production name. And then I think it was him came up with it. Yeah, well, it was XLR. And then that's when we had XLR Productions going on. When we became like a team of producers now, me and him. Yeah. And he was like my mentor, which he was, because I was always in his ear about, bro, I'm gonna make beats so dope, bro. It's gonna be expensive beats. I was always just like lying to myself all the time. I believe if and this is something I picked up. What I picked up is I always knew that people that are great have a little bit of delusion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a bit of delusion in them. And you have to be a bit delusional for you to make it in life.
Yes.
In this business.
Yeah, you have to have some level of crazy.
Yeah, a level of Yeah. So for me, it was that, and get your drink.
I don't want this shit on camera.
All right, but get your drink. You're thirsty. Right. Hey man, this man is parched. We're human beings, okay?
I am parched, my good son.
So there we go. So there was delusion in me. I always thought I was gonna always also be like a dope ass producer.
Yeah.
Because I loved score in movies. So I always thought I want to make music.
This man's clock. This man's
you know what I mean? So the Mark Martinas, the Hans Zimmers, the David Arnolds, all these guys, I was like, man, this is insane. This is grand.
I paid for a Hans Zimmerman masterclass.
Jesus, worth it. Worth it. Even if you paid with your kidney, brother, it's worth it. It's Hans, dog. You know what I mean? So that's what put me in that world, because my father was a big movie guy. So that explains also how Reece has these movie references for days. I want to do that, but I don't know how to do it the way I want to do it. So but movies, it was that. And dog, it was that thing of when I told him I want to be a producer, he said cool. And then I started producing. I told TK, my bad. I told TK I want to be a producer too. I want to make beats, And in my mind, I was Pharrell at that time. So I was like, yo, these are lush beats. They sound expensive.
They sound since the first time I saw you.
That's crazy.
So,
shout out the jeans there. Shout out the jeans there, Reds. So So that was it. I was delusional. I was just thinking I was gonna be this great artist that can do all these artistic things and at a certain level. You know what I mean? So I was just nigga Jody legit.
Yeah.
And then TK was humoring me. He was look at this little nigga over here. But you know,
But
shout
he
out to him.
believed,
He's been big brother for the longest time since I met him. So yeah, he was like, yeah, do that.
What you just said now, you've said to me, this is probably the 4th time you're
Yeah.
saying it to me. And I'm gonna bring up when you said it, why I was asking when we got to that. But that delusion that you're talking about is I really think very important. I really think that delusion is what keeps the dream alive, even when other people around you don't see where it's gonna go. So they'll say, this will never work. Because they can't imagine it working for them. Because they you need
They have their own.
They have their own, yeah. You need that brain of a child who
Absolutely.
thinks everything is possible, so you can carry on going. Otherwise, you'll never ever get to J. Jody.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are the bars that you needed to hear on this podcast.
Yes, sir. We can wrap it up now.
Like we're gonna, but what you just said is real shit, bro.
Yeah.
And then to the level where, and that's why I remember I was talking to a brother of mine, Israel, you know. He was also like in the early stages. I was always with him. And we were doing our hustles because at a point as well, because I studied graphic design, I was like, yeah, I'm opening a company. I opened a company called Audible Lens.
Yes.
And I told my cousin and him, Israel,
that's a dope name. Audible Lens.
Yeah, you know, this is
you
rapper.
can hear the visual. Come on now.
But yeah, shout out to also my cousin Kim, because he was also like this guy who's just fascinated with words and everything, you know? So yeah, company was open and I told them, we're gonna do so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to these places and tell them they suck. And then also after we tell them they suck,
real rap shit.
Yeah, we like, but this is
how you can
this
be
is how you
better.
can stop sucking,
yeah,
bro.
we are the plan
we are the
stop
plan
sucking.
for you to So it was that, and then it worked for one company.
Because they did suck.
Yeah, because I mean at that time they did suck.
Yeah.
But we said, bro, you gotta look beyond just the logo. It's branding. Because we had learned that on our own. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now we got into that thing where we now branding everything. And Israel did a good job with that company, bro. You know, shout out to him. So yeah, I was always on those things of whatever I'm doing, I want to be irreplaceable at it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You know, I want niggas to give me a call and be like, yo, you're the only one guy we can call.
We need.
Please.
Because there's always someone willing to do it for less.
Yeah.
But not necessarily always someone who can do it the same.
Come on, with the buzz.
Dog, so this is very interesting for me. How long does it take for you to catch the attention of a then very indie, soon-to-be big player label in the game?
Hustle them.
Yep.
Because I'm from that era. I'm not from the era of waiting. I'm not from the era of da-da-da. We hustled them.
So I remember you were not DMing. Found.
We went.
There we go.
We went there. The finding was because we made ourselves visible.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, so that's how we got found.
Yeah.
Because we made ourselves visible to the relevant people. I remember DMing. I think I said something first, right? And TK always remembers these things, but I had mentioned something about how I see what's happening for Fifi Cooper and it's so dope that whoever is behind this, shout out.
Yeah.
Right?
Because at that time
it was a genuine thing, but at the same time, my hustle was still underlying in there.
Yeah.
But it was a genuine thing because I could see what.
They were working.
This girl is coming up, bro. Yeah. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, and her rise is very meteoric, and I didn't expect it at the time.
The next person I'm about to mention, you probably know. Actually, you know. And then we scored a meeting with Gasta, bro.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Shout out Gasta.
Yeah.
Yo, what up?
Yeah. What up, Gas?
Yo, she did the things.
Big time hustler. Yeah, she did. Yo, she's the reason why we have careers. Yeah. So, Gasta, take your flowers now. I know it's been a minute since we haven't spoken. But take your flowers now. I hope you're good.
Yeah. You deserve to be good.
Yes, you deserve to be good because whoever you worked with, Joe, we out here. So yeah, we scored a meeting with her. And then from there, we had to now hustle again to sell ourselves again, which, you know, we are a lot. But I can tell you this, there's something weird about how that thing happened. I don't even believe like they even heard the music the way they should have. They just saw something, I think.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know what, let's go. Cause me, I'm trying to explain. Yeah, so on this track, I'm trying to, you know,
yo, break it down.
like yeah. So this track, this is why this EP is like this, and
no, but just
I don't want to hear about that shit, man. Just come here, let's just do the business.
Yes, sir.
And then yeah, so it was, in fact, first artist, Ambitiouz, Fifi Cooper.
Yeah.
Second act to pull up there, BenchmarQ.
I know that.
Yeah,
I know that.
And then there was a thing happening there with JR and an executive of Ambitiouz, right? To try and get MT and ATM on board, right? But I don't know where the miscommunication probably happened, and then you know, the homie went straight for it for himself, and then that's when he went to ATM. He's like, "Yo, I'm this man. I'm coming through. I'm Ambitiouz, and let's work." Yeah,
I was with
yeah. Well, that's what I know.
Yeah,
yeah.
No. That's absolute facts, because at the time, I'm with MT. I'm living with MT in this place right here, and I had a 9 to 5, and I just grabbed some money and paid it up for studio time. For beats, for mixing, and brought MT over there because I'd met him before and I believed in him so much. I saw a superstar. Yeah. And so he says to me, Raf starts getting busy. He's going to Midrand now very often. Yeah. He's doing mixing for this girl in this label. And he's like, yo, like, they've got something going there, but the plan that they have, those guys are going to take over. There was a discussion, I believe, internally with the guys to say, yo, we gotta wobble. Yeah, we gotta go in the game hard, and I think Gasta also has a big role to play in how Ambitiouz approached the game and how they approached their branding and selling of their artists. So Raf said, and then as Raf is going there, I think he's been paid for some mixes. He starts buying some Pro Tools gear. Yeah. And things are changing in the studio. And he says he thinks he's going to go there. So when I was talking to MT, he had told me that, you know, there was JR involved at some point, and then eventually they heard him and they wanted to take him straight through. And the girl that Raf was mixing for was Fifi Cooper. That's crazy. Yeah. So it's exactly the way you just told it. Yeah. That's exactly how he told it as well. Yeah. And I can imagine at that time, you've got, so let's say there's this naivety that you said you had. Oh, absolutely. You know, more than anything. And before you go on, sorry for cutting you there, bro. So how we were, me and TK, bro, and TK was always also like, you know, solid with this, is, yo, we got to be careful though, because, you know, he had done the research also, so he knew that we can't just jump into things, you know, so, and then I learned that from him as well. As enticing as things might be, but also we just niggas, and you know, we were hungry, but we never, the hunger never became a desperation thing. You know what I mean? It was always there, but it was like, hey, bro, what if? We were just, like I said, I'm a big skeptic, and it was so dope that I found him to also be a bigger skeptic. Yeah. So we were always careful about everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, but. That thing, when we went to Gasta to meet up with them, we wanted to actually be managed, right? We thought that might be because there was a, because you already had XLR. Right. We just wanted a little bit of a push to say get in there. We didn't want a record deal. We always thought we'd always have like XLR Productions as maybe XLR Records one day. Yes. So it was that thing already. Joe, our management, they understand, because you know, we seen the stories. We've heard the stories too, so we're not doing that. Joe, but it's a new company, they not doing that too on some management tip. Like we have to go the whole way. Yeah, if we're gonna invest, we gotta go the whole way type vibe. So that became that, and we kind of like, cool. But as long as it's a contract, we'll be fine because we'll go through it. Yeah. And that's when all the hamors started. When did you go through the contract? Before signing, or did you? Oh, no. So there was a time. Yeah, there was a time of, we spoke to the man and Rautwana. Yeah. But also now we gotta wait for paperwork. Yep. And then when we wait for paperwork, admin is doing it, and it's coming through. And when it came through, we went through it. And we had somebody, you know, help us as well. And then there were some things that we needed to change.
So we saw those things. It was clearly red flags.
Yes.
But we were like, yo, man, we here right now. Let's just probably ask this man to just amend and then whatever, man. Whatever.
So it's like,
you know.
let's see.
So it was very cordial. It was not yo, what's this in the contract? No, it was like, ish. Rotman, how about you switch this and this amend? Yeah.
It's
and
a
then
discussion.
It's a discussion.
It's a discussion and an agreement between
and of course, without
parties.
malice too. He was like, no, for sure. You know, he was like, no, of course.
Yeah.
Let's get admin to fix it. And we were like, sure, no problem. We will wait for you to do that. And then once you have done that, bring it back so we can sign and start the work.
But in the meantime,
as simple as that.
Well, I feel like
so it didn't come back.
Yeah, I was about to say. But in the meantime, it's gonna be like you said, time is vying.
Yeah, and we're doing all this stuff, but there's no black and white.
Because we've spoken and when we spoke, we agreed.
Yeah.
But now we're just sorting out the paper. In the meantime, let's work.
So I can tell you now, for 2 years, the deal of BenchmarQ and Ambitiouz was literally this. Yeah, it was a handshake.
That's it.
It was a handshake. That's why when we left. It was simple. And I remember he had forgotten that because we asked for a meeting. You understand what I'm saying? So ngenhlonipho, Rotman, thank you so far, but it's not working out the way we thought. And we would like to part ways in good faith type of vibe. I remember him bringing up the contract on some,
there's a contract.
And we're like, oh man, you forgot, didn't you?
You forgot.
You know? It was like, hey, buddy, you're gonna have to start calendaring things now, man.
Check your admin. Check your admin.
So do that. Stop messing around. Because now we leave and scot-free. And that was the biggest problem. Because you can't just do that.
You can't,
You can't just do that.
Because also if the contract isn't there, your masters are still yours.
Oh, no. Let me tell you what BenchmarQ did as well. So BenchmarQ was ahead of its things for many times, you know?
You were the benchmark.
There was, yes. So there was, of course, a recording studio that will be provided to the artists of this label.
Yeah.
So, we go to one place. The demo is pending there.
Yeah.
And then we
so
leave it there.
Resources.
Yeah. In ini. But you leave things there.
Yes.
So, you know what we did? We went home to Melville to record things in the PC of XLR.
Yes, we come back, we say,
and then we come back, we're like, we have this. So that was always like I'm dealing with. He always said though, like, it's you PTA niggas, man. I don't like you PTA niggas. I don't like you PTA niggas. I don't like you PTA niggas. Y'all niggas, you ask too many questions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. And it was that. And we were like, Marajo, I gotta respond.
Yeah.
You know? But that's how we got to move the way we move. Because if I'm not signing, also my brother's not signing. So that's why it was a bit easier there, also legally, to kind of go.
Yes.
But for the other gens, it was a bit cumbersome because now,
yeah.
and illegally,
yeah.
It doesn't matter if it was under duress or boss. You know what I mean?
Which
so
it usually is under duress.
You need niggas. You need niggas to save you. Now you need. I think for Fifi it was Grotman, ne?
Yeah.
Who Julius was it?
Yeah.
To help, I think, because she was hanging around there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might be saying things I don't know
about,
no, but it looked optics.
From what I heard on the streets, it
was that, no?
That's what it looked like.
Yeah. So you if you signed, you would need super help to get out.
Yeah.
But because we didn't sign and we just asked for the contract to be amended and it never came back, we were able to move on quicker. Legally away from the situation. Yeah.
It may not have necessarily been amicable on both sides. Even though you were living clean.
Yeah, but it wasn't clean.
Back there, it was just like
but it wasn't clean.
Yeah, but you guys played the game. That's
Joe, what can you do, Raza, bro? What can you do?
While you're there in that entire 2 years, are you on the salary package like everyone else?
Oh, of course, man. Of course. What you down, man?
I mean,
bro, like
it's still less than what you made.
bro, what did we make? Because at a point, it was a thing where it seemed as if, you know, the muscle behind the benchmark brand is
Do you not think
less.
that's because of how much questions you guys asked?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. So it
yeah.
was, hey, I'm not doing this.
Nah.
Because I need niggas to sign and niggas we're moving J.
Yeah, yeah.
So now that I look back at it, of course it's that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna push, but you haven't given me your soul. It's not gonna go like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, you know, to do that was to our detriment then sharp. But Joe.
You know, when everything had happened and everything was said and done, and I'm breezing through this because I wanna get to the most important part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When everything had happened, you know, I saw it from a very close distance happening to my little brother, Mtembeni, the hustler, and he spoke about it. He told me directly himself. So when Pretty went and signed there, I remember we were in Newtown, if I'm not mistaken. He was with his lovely wife, and you know, him and I have always been cool, like that. Even though I don't get features when I ask for them. And I said to him, I literally said this to him.
It's be bro, like that. It's hip hop.
It be like that sometimes.
It's hip hop shit, man.
I said to him, yo, I respect you and your intelligence, and I always say to homies, it's the issue is not signing a deal. The issue is the deal you sign. And I said to him, I did not think you would go there. Because at that time, what we knew,
no one did.
But I'm assuming that since you went there, you found something that you were comfortable with, and said, "No, I can work with this." You know, I've also signed a deal at some point, and there were things that I didn't like that I changed, like terms that you signed. The initial term is 24 months, but there's an automatic renewal of another 24 months.
Sure. These clauses, the terms ones.
Yeah, and I changed them, and and then there were other things that I did not like. But I was like, you know what? For both our benefits, this I can go with for now for the duration of the contract. Yeah. Ideally, I'd prefer this to be different. But you know,
you gotta get by.
Yeah, it's a give and take thing.
Absolutely.
You know, I'll give that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna let you take this.
Sure.
And I think I withheld too much, and then also, you know, the excitement was a bit limp-dicked for me as well after that as well. But when I saw him, I said to him, you know, I trust you to enter into an agreement that works for you. So whatever it is. And at that time, I had this weird notion whenever young people would ask me, and I'd say to them, if this label comes into your life, how far do you think you're going to go? And without this label, can you get that far? You know?
Some sorry for interjecting there. You know what I think, bro? Sometimes artists are so dope on their own and they build a thing and they come up with it now. And then something externally makes them feel like they've reached a plateau, and that's when the shit starts.
Yes. See, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
I had that mentality.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, hold on. This label saw something in you.
Yeah.
And that's why they came to you. So without them, why are we assuming that no one else will see you? Because like you said, you guys worked hard to grab that attention.
We had to, yeah.
And that was the attention you had. So I always had this thing, just like, you know, your cut your losses, they managed to get you this far. So whatever happened on the side was worth it. Fuck nah, nigga. Nah, actually. Now I look at it, I'm like, no, the reason they were willing to do all of that is because they knew you were the gold and you were the sauce. So if it's not them, it'll be someone else. And if it's not someone else, eventually it'll be you.
It ends with you.
Yes, because that's who it started with.
Yeah.
And I look back now, I remember when you guys left, and there was just, from the outside,
yeah,
I was on the outside looking in, felt like relationships crumbled. It felt like you guys were the enemies of
the
like
whole
like you were
thing,
enemies
man.
with Saudi, you were enemies with Endeavor, you were enemies with everyone.
And it wasn't even that. It was just, yo, we spoke about this.
We all sat and we spoke and we agreed.
Yeah.
And then suddenly
I remember even in the club when we told them, we just sent SMSs to the exec like, yo, we out. You know. When we told the guys, it was like,
yeah.
And it wasn't a conversation, but that night we told them, like, yo, bro, we did the things, man. Yeah. It's time.
And
imagine in an alternate universe when everybody left together.
It's like an Earth 616.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, nerds are chilling on the sofa right now.
Yes, sir.
But imagine that alternate universe and then we all left at the same time. We'd be flipping millionaires by now.
Yo, bro.
We'd be millionaires by now, bro.
With everything that you had built together?
In 2017, all of us are together and we were moving.
That would be amazing, bro.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, we'd be has-beens right now probably. Like, niggas is rich. Now let them. Nah, they don't have the juice no more.
Because you guys dominated lineups.
Bro, it was a good time, dog.
Dominated together.
And together, you know what I mean? Now that thing is a big thing for me. The together thing. That's why, you know, most of the time I've always been in group situations. Even before BenchmarQ, I was kind of like in a duo with this other friend of mine, Veja, Tato. You know what I mean? We called us. It's the corniest name in the world. Nah, I'm not gonna say the name. Fuck that name. But we were that group, nah? And then it was that thing. I had that thing. I think niggas can do it when niggas gonna pull up together and say Echo. You know? Because I studied, you know, because I'm a big conspiracy theorist myself as well. I always studied what is running the world. I'm like, oh, them niggas is groups. Yes, them niggas are groups. These fancy names we give them, Illuminati, Masons, these niggas is groups. It's Raza. Uplay nigga diding. Okay, ne shop ina flop. Excel nyo uplay nigga diding. Yeah, artaganing Tuesday. Yeah. Yes. That's just Illuminati. That's society.
That's society. That's what we can do together. I can't do it by myself.
Yeah. So sometimes you give them these little voodoo things, and probably they do that. You know,
probably, but the most powerful
thing is niggas came together. Even watch it in every movie, an epic movie or superhero movie. The villain will never come to the steering jail or the superhero, our favorite, to say, I'm gonna kill you. He starts with the option. Yes. Nigga, you and me ain't normal. No. We got powers. Let's take over shit, take
we
banks.
We can run this shit. And you just want to protect...
Instead, he wants to protect one woman.
No, we can rule them. You can have all the women. Come here.
So yeah, it just shows by the symbolism of showing, you know, the childlike spirit of the superhero, the main guys, whatever the fuck ever. I'm grown now. I'm the villain. I'm like, nigga, let's collaborate.
Yes.
And take over. Yeah. You are strong. Clearly, you are Spider-Man, bro. Let's go.
Now that I think about it.
So yeah, I think people get it twisted. But that's how things work. You can never be an island. No, it's impossible.
It is.
And then be great. It's impossible. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop that shit.
Speaking of funny
Cut
names,
it out.
When I started rapping, I was part of a group. Zola 7 was still a thing.
Yeah.
These guys were much older than me. I mean, not that my voice is any deeper now, but it was even squeakier back then. And they called this guy came up with the group. Yeah. The group name we were called. It's embarrassing. We were called Anaconda.
You know.
So we're writing a letter to Zola to help us out. First of all, I tell them, it's 2003. I'm like, bro, Zola's a musician and he's doing a show about helping people out. You
and
think
our name,
help musicians?
Called Anacondas.
No,
Anaconda.
No, dog. I said in a song one day, Anaconda. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's the group name. And they're like,
that was a horrible name, brother.
No, it was
why did you niggas do this?
I wasn't mispronouncing it when I said it. They're like, but Anaconda. I'm like, bro, this thing
even funnier. It's worse. It's worse.
They're like, nah, nigga. And it's 2 against 1. They're older.
Jesus Christ. Yes.
I had to stay.
So you don't see the...
Hold on. You guys don't know that this is Anaconda. Like, I'm an anaconda.
That's funny as fuck, bro.
The other nigga in that group,
SS.
the two of us would write verses, and I remember we went to record, and just suddenly started doing a verse of mine.
Yeah.
From another
just
song.
cut.
Yeah, we're recording, he starts doing my verse. We're like,
yo,
what the heck is, what's going on? And he's like, what, did I mess it up? We're like,
oh, he's not even worried about it.
He's like, that's my verse. He's like, yeah, but this is our song.
So,
what are you talking
about? So you shut up because this is
our song.
This is company proproperty.
Yeah.
So I have.
You didn't use
I have
shares. I used it.
That's crazy. That's crazy logic, bro.
Bro, and eventually,
what a crazy.
People fall to the wayside all the time. But now I just realized that you guys were the only outfit there. You guys were the only duo there.
Yeah.
Do you think that's? I really think that played a big role.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, in it being difficult to penetrate the mind of one person, because you always had another person to bounce back to you. When you got back, you had someone else to talk to, and it's easy because when you're in a fancy house in Waterfall or whatever, and there's sports cars outside, and there's everything is here for you, even though it's not for you to keep when you leave.
Of course, yeah.
The glitz and the glam, it can cloud your judgment.
Very blinding, yeah.
But when you go back and you speak to TK and you digest things properly, it brings back your anchoring, your centering, and you realign with the goal you had initially.
Yeah.
With people like that, I can imagine there must have been some attempt to cause a rift.
Yes.
And split.
Yes.
Because that even happened on the socials.
Yes.
At some point, I remember.
Especially when we were having the what they call what's the Twitter war? What do they come back? Tour.
The tour. Yeah. With Twitter OGs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be called X now.
It's X.
Elon is. Yeah, was there a tour between?
Yeah, with us and employees from the label, just fighting the machine.
Yeah.
Just Neo out there, Matrix Revolutions, like, bro, I'm fighting you, but clearly I'm gonna have to bend the knee because man's pulled up with Werksmans. I mean, if you know, you know.
Actually,
that's a firm. Werkmans is a firm of lawyers out there, but it's in Stanton and they don't play that.
Damn.
Yeah, we were slapped with defamation of character, bro. Yeah.
For speaking facts.
Gee, there we go.
That sounds
so it was like, yo, so don't say none of this about me, man. But it was not even that. It was to punish niggas.
Yes, it was punishment.
It was to bully niggas, to also dry up niggas, because obviously you got to deal with legal fees. So shout out our lawyer at that time, Kotadi. Yes, Kotadi. Yes.
Because what they do in the States, they hit you with a slap suit. And a slap suit is essentially a lawsuit that they know they're not going to win.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that in your attempt to fight it,
financially,
we will destroy you.
You will suffer.
Yeah, and when we see we've done you when we needed you, we'll let you drop
and
it.
at that time, Villa, for us to suffer, it would have been a quick thing. Yeah. Because we just got here.
And so the only thing you were given was enough to last you until the next month.
You know what I mean? So come on. Bro, come on. You know what I mean?
I must say,
I'm in my mid-20s. I'm like, bro, my life is a movie right now. What is this nonsense, bro? You know what I mean? But it was that. It was happening in real time.
And you had to do it.
Late 20s, actually. At that time, I'm just saying, I got to there, mid, and then, things started happening the next year, 2016. So, bro, it was just a lot, man. It was just a lot.
Bro, I've always wanted to
There's
ask.
always been a thing of trying to separate. But I had this thing in my mind where I was like, I wanted us to be like the outcast of SA.
Yes, sir.
So with me, just like you, when I choose something, I stick to it.
Yeah.
And then I never look back.
Yeah.
And with me, loyalty is a simple thing, especially, to practice. I don't even talk about it too much because I just practice it.
Yes, sir.
So I don't be going around, you're like, I need loyalty. No, I don't need that shit.
Let me tell you.
I just can give it, and then there we go. You know what I mean? Especially in that kind of situation,
This brings us to the first time.
Yeah.
You spoke about TK to me, and you literally said, yo, that's my OG. That's my big brother. I could never do him like that.
Yeah.
And I was asking you in a roundabout way a question that I'm going to ask more directly now. How often did you have people tell you, "Yo, dog, you're a pretty nigga. You're an amazing rapper. You could just go do this on your own." Because I saw those chats a lot on Twitter, and me being a self-conscious guy as I am, I'm short, squeaky guy from the village. I even struggle with my rap accent.
I hated every moment of that shit.
Yes, sir.
Because I could only imagine what it was doing to my brother.
Yeah.
And he's a
resilient guy.
He's very resilient, very tough, but also he's human.
At the end of the day.
You know, he doesn't wear his emotions on his sleeve at all, you know. But with me, because I know him, I've seen those moments.
Yes.
But very rare.
Yeah.
But they there. I knew there was just, something in there. And he doesn't do that thing of, damn, bro, he will just, keep it moving.
Yeah.
And that's what made me even more angry, because at the end, he's still human.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, nah. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yep. And I respected you so much for doing that. And I because when
I done that at that time, when people were telling me that, and I fit into that thing, and I fit into the ego, I would have destroyed many things. I don't think things would have went well for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was, man, that's my brother, dog.
Yeah.
So what I do, I think, in my entire life, I always like to put myself in people's brains, feelings, everything. And that's why sometimes I can be able to stop myself from doing things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's, I love that guy, man. So I was like, no ways. And the way it's happening is not the way it should be happening. Should it happen, it should happen correctly. It should happen how we planned it. Like, we're going to do our thing first. And when we up there, then we can start thinking these other things.
But we're still together.
And we're still together,
day,
So, yeah.
The reason why I also had those feelings is because when around around 2013, 2014, 2012, 2013, I remember I was hot 2012, 11, I had a hit, and I decided to form a group called Forefront.
Yeah.
And that group was myself, a guy called M Scars, now it's called Zigote, a guy called I'm Stan, now it's called Uncle Stan, and a guy called MT, he's still called MT.
Yeah.
And so people came to me and they're like, yo, you were this close to popping, and now now you're doing a group again?
Yeah.
Why? And I'm like, bro, you have no idea how much I believe in this outfit. I believe in these people so much. There's this kid called MT, he's a star.
Do you sometimes chill and this is also a blunt question, like,
let it be
straight up, like, do you wish you hadn't done that?
Not a day in my life. But I do sit and think, how would things be if I hadn't?
If you hadn't, would you be able to handle it?
I'm happy with the decisions I made. Because I can face this man in the mirror. But I'm also not naive enough to not think there might have been some truth from people who are saying, you've just started getting traction by yourself, and now you're going back to the drawing board with a different group. So I don't want to lie and say
it's not like they pulled up and just lied to you. Also, it's not like they pulled up with, and it's not like they pulled up to you not trying to make sure you better yourself.
No.
In fact, they were looking out for you.
They were looking out for me. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, but because hey, bro, there comes a point where you must choose yourself.
Yes.
Wabo.
Yes.
It's as I'm hearing you, for people like us, it's very difficult to do that.
It is.
Very difficult. And in fact, you try to include so much when it's literally looking at your face and saying, hey, this is you. And like, yeah, you know what I think could happen? I could add, like, listen, dog, this is for you.
Yes.
You're saying this is you? You're like, nah, I have this guy who can do this thing. And they're like, hey, wow. And we have this thing, Yari, we'd be doing a disservice to our people if we have something and didn't share.
So much so that you don't realize
that's also not always.
Yes,
there we go.
I remember
all this time.
I remember someone said, Caesar Jomo. Someone said, yo, as MT was popping at that time, people who knew the backstory, who knew Forefront, were like, "Yo, MT is not putting his niggas on. He's doing this, he's doing that, he's running by himself." And I didn't like those chats on Twitter.
I can imagine.
But then Caesar Lomo said something that really hurt me then, because Caesar Lomo, I introduced MT to him when I was having my own interviews on the full clip.
Yeah,
Then
of
I
course,
came to the full clip with this kid called MT, and he couldn't freestyle, so it didn't go as well. And they didn't pay attention to him. Every time I came with him, I was the guy.
Yeah.
They paid attention to me.
Yeah.
But now, when he was popping and people were finally seeing what I was seeing, Caesar went and said, "Yeah, but they should have also put in the work and focused on building themselves."
Oh, damn.
You know,
damn.
instead of being lazy.
Look at that. Would you look at
and
that?
Ask and wanting this kid to now
carry them.
Yeah, this kid to now carry them.
I get it's the words they used.
Yeah. And I'm like,
jeez,
that's
bro.
not what I want.
So you see that? You see that?
Yeah.
You see how the world works, bro?
Bro.
You see how human beings are, bro? I've learned, bro. I have learned, bro.
Dog.
I am at a point where I've learned, brother. You know what I mean? I've learned and I'm like, man.
Dog.
It's crazy out here, bro.
It made me self-conscious for a while. Because I felt to myself, hold on, bro. Every time you guys were giving me gap, every time you were telling me I'm the future, were you playing me that whole time? No. Because I brought this dude
there was
to you,
a promise.
didn't believe.
There was a promise and a potential so much around you, a light around you, that they had to acquaint with it as much as they could at that time, you know, so that indeed Vela has no drops.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no. So we made sure. We believed.
From the jump.
But if it doesn't happen, the story can change easily.
Yeah. Because when it started happening on that side, I was like,
you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
There's not even a hope of, no, watch out.
Yeah.
No, watch. In fact, I believe them niggas don't need the situation. They probably do it on their own.
There we go. I found it out there. It was pure, it was proper under the bus. But I never held on to it.
Yeah, it's all good.
It was a different time, yeah. And so I was very empathetic to what you guys were going through because I had experienced it multiple times. And I was so glad when Jody came out, that Jody is still with TK.
Yeah.
And how I knew that when I first heard Jody, because there was a time when there was a bit of a hiatus, we were quiet, and then Jody comes out, and I'm like, oh damn, you know, the niggas finally decided to focus on their own things. Doug, do I not see a YouTube video of TK talking about how he produced this Jody track and how he mixed it and all that, breaking down the behind the scenes? It made me
it's a real brotherhood.
So happy, bro.
Yeah, that's my brother, dog.
So happy because you know, we had songs with MT. There's a song that MT posted this morning. Not by the time you watch this. It's called Oledi.
Okay.
Featuring MT. It was produced by Ruff.
Yeah.
I had paid Ruff for a beat just before he went to Ambitiouz.
Man.
And 2 years later, Ruff comes back to me and says, I still owe you a beat. I'm like, but
that's crazy.
Right now your price is different.
Yeah,
says,
so how do we...
Nah. Ruff says, nah. I owed you the beat then.
It's still...
I owe you that production now.
That's
you can't get a song for 1,500 rand from Ruff.
Ruff is another one. Yeah, Ruff is another one. And Ruff has always, by the way, Ruff has always been about his business.
Always.
Yeah. Ruff has never missed a step when it comes to the business. So
his word.
And his word. Because he's from that cloth. He's from that time.
Yeah. So when I heard that song, I wanted to drop that song in my album when Guan was hot. Because the song was about almost 6 to 8 months old at that time.
Still fresh.
It's still fresh.
You know, with the type of music that you make. It's infancy, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
Did we not get a bill for 65,000 rands from the label? 15,000 rands was for the production. And Ruff is like, what? And then 50,000 rands was for the MT feature and video appearance.
Did you hear what I said earlier? I said there was a thing also that was happening where if you're not careful, there's a way to divide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
First of all, I never took the fact that the label put us on. never took that away.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of bad business, like any other relationship.
Yes, sir.
And then la break up. Simple as that.
When we
It's
were
just that
macking on each other, it was good,
it's
but
just
now
that
it's not working.
this is happening in the real world, in the corporate world, in the business world.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Man, if I see that man, bro, I won't catch no feelings.
Yes, sir.
Even if I know my life was,
At some
but
point.
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Grew up.
When do you decide what did it take between that hiatus period and you coming out with the rebrand and Jody? I must say, my nigga, like I'm not even gonna pause this because I know I'm just being objective. Excuse me. You're always fresh, my dog.
Shut up.
You're an easy on the eyes, dude.
Yeah.
When
Shut
you
up.
came
Shut up,
out
my
as
mama.
Jody, I saw this photo shoot. I remember seeing Sasso comment on it, just like fresh, clean.
Yeah.
I'm like, this man is a brand new man.
Yeah.
Looking even younger.
I'm to be honest, bro, like I said, shout out to the jeans or the rents, bro. But also at the same time, I've always been very self-conscious. In fact, I'll just be straightforward and say it, I've always been the most insecure nigga ever.
Yeah, you and me both, except there's valid reasons.
Hey, Raza. But yeah, I've always been had that thing of not enough. Wabo. There's certain things that happen when you're raised also where you can carry them forever, where you're supposed to be on point. You're supposed to, you start getting into the trap of trying to impress your parents to make sure that you are a good son, that you are on point, and you will be a good brother and all that shit. And you will start thinking, oh, you're not even doing enough now, because sometimes, they didn't even, getting impressed like that. It's like, yeah, nigga, but you could have, you're like, damn.
You could have done more.
So that you carry that into your adult life, and you think you're not enough, or you think whatever you're doing, you're probably not enough. You're probably underdoing something. So it's always been that, bro. I've always had that thing, or if I'm gonna, so Judge, I work hard at whatever thing I choose to do. Like, I remember I was very skinny. My head obviously looking bigger than the body.
Still?
In high school, nah, nigga. You know what I mean? Bro, dog. Let's not go there, bro. I know there's some high school people here watching, but
and some hands who passed you by, trying to put the Mac on, like you. I'll tell you. Now they're coming out like, you used to want me. Yo, bro, I at my wedding in 2015, I had girls pull up to my wife.
Like, oh, look at you.
Like, he actually liked me back then.
Why are women like that, dog?
Bro, they did
Why are women like that?
At my wedding, to my wife. Like, he actually liked me.
Why are women like that? But it's just that thing, because you know what's happening? You made an honest woman out of her. You chose her. Bro, nothing is better than for women to be chosen, and chosen by a man and what they actually admire. Yeah. Yes, sis, that thing fucks women up hard. So obviously they'll try to insert themselves there.
Yeah.
And whatnot. You feel me?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, bro, I never had that thing in my brain also to, like, an aspiring got a chama boy vibes. No, in fact, how I grew up with real niggas that didn't care about none of that.
Yeah.
So that's why I was always I always kept a good head on my shoulders.
Yes, sir.
Because I was like, Joe, it is what it is. It's a bonus. It can work where it works, but I just want to be a great artist.
Yeah.
But I knew that I have to also balance it out and be like, let's take care of it too, because it might help with the art when the art is not arting.
Yes. But a brand is
a brand is everything.
Things,
A brand is everything.
We make the art, but when you have to sell the art,
absolutely,
there's a lot more involved around that.
Yeah.
And so you're doing it so great so far. Thank you, brother. Me. But the transition period, after going through all of those court battles and that, did you ever go through like a phase in your life?
I did. I was even fat at a point, bro. Like, nigga, I'm coming with you. I just didn't care. It was just, bro. There was a time.
So much had been taken.
There was a time. It was just, bro. In fact, before, because we had dropped now also Power Trip, the album. We even did a whole thing where we went back, it was, 360, 180 thing, like, let's go back to this portion. Yeah. And recapture this portion. Yeah. And then bring it back here.
Yeah.
And that was with the form of the Power Trip album. But it didn't do what I saw in my head. And I was just already They pack it in.
Is that the one that's got the joint where you guys are driving around Melville? It's one of my favorite joints from you guys. I know Reese is there. You're on it.
Oh, New Friends, yes. Yeah. It was actually back at home in Pretoria on that day. Actually,
oh really?
There was
is it a Shell garage or something?
Yeah.
It looks like the one.
It looks like the Melville, right? Yes,
Yeah.
but it's actually Pretoria Hatfield. And on that day, there was such a weird spirit going on. I don't know what the fuck happened, but we also got into a fight with some niggas.
Oh, smack.
And then one of the homies we were with got hurt. You know, that was, and another one got. Yeah, it was just a mess, you know, that day.
And it's funny because in the song, there's that reference of that.
Right?
Yeah, there's that reference of like just turmoil and niggas being out for y'all, but you guys being out there to do.
And the niggas was really out for
and niggas was really out for you guys.
But yeah, bro, that album, it's incredible.
It really is.
Power Trip album, you know, for the BenchmarQ fans that are still out there, go check it out, man. It's still on DSPs. But you know, it didn't do what I wanted it to do for us, for me and my brother. Yeah. So I was kind of disappointed, and also my pops is, you know, not well, and then next thing he's gone. Now that's 2020. Joe. So I was ready to pack it in. I was really thinking exit plans, like, what am I gonna do next? I don't know how to do anything else. I'm kind of scared right now.
And now there's two
and
lives.
then now there's then the pops goes, and then there's a funeral thing happening, and this man plays me. I remember, I got the timeline right. Then he played me Triple TM.
Who is this man?
Reese played me Triple TM.
What is
and now it's his mixtape that came out around that time. It was supposed to actually come out that year, but I think it came out 2021 and somewhere around March, something like that. I don't remember. It was supposed to come out before, but something happened there.
Pops,
you know, for formality, not even that. It was formalities with you know how we move in this, and there was the whole thing when Platoon came on board. So but he said, let's make a tape.
The joint tape.
And then, you know what I said to him? I said, nah, it's not a tape. It has to be an album.
Yes, sir.
And then we went with it. And then Bill Russell was actually one of the first songs to be recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just went for it, bro. And that's why we put Pops on the cover there.
Yeah.
It was to honor him and to kind of like move on from that and also kind of restart. So, but more so for me.
Yeah.
More so for me, it was a restart.
Bro, how did that feel? Because, you know, I know for everyone out there, A-Reece is his own man. You know, he's his own man, he's his own thing. But you can never shake the fact that you're his bigger brother. And, you know, you've loved him and you've been so protective of him for so long. I remember in that song, was it Family Business or Family? What is that song called?
Family,
yeah. Yeah. I could really see it. I felt, you know, the how, you know, how protective you seemed of him. So when you guys made that project together, you know, how did it feel for you? Was it like, you know, coming back to say, yo, you know, finally, me and my little brother, because I'm assuming you might be the influence that got him into hip hop.
Of course. Yeah.
There we go.
He's not even, he doesn't even shy away from that.
Yeah, of course.
He says it like, this is the reason why, you know? I didn't even look at it like that, Joe. Like for me, Nelly, it's Pulo back at home.
Yeah.
Dreaming again.
Yeah.
Thinking what they're creating is gonna be some huge thing.
Yeah.
Like Delusions again. The naivety came back. We were
which
kids.
is very necessary.
Yeah,
it's very needed.
We became those kids again. So I cannot tell. I didn't see Reese, man. I just saw my little brother, and we were working on some project.
Yeah.
It was like they told us to a volcano that.
Yeah.
And that was it.
It must erupt.
And we must do it correctly, like to the T, because that's how we are. We come from that era of things have to be done in a certain way because the people that we idolize, whatever, are that great and they do things a certain way.
Yeah.
So it was that. It was just, I swear, it was not, oh shit, I'm doing this thing with Reese.
No.
In fact, it was therapy for me. Like,
That's what I mean. Like you
It
getting to
was.
be with your little bro.
Hey, bro, it was the greatest thing because before that,
yeah,
we hadn't really connected as we did before, you know.
Yeah,
so
you guys
so
were
that's
out
why
doing your
also
own
in the
thing
same
separately.
thing, yeah. Also in the song, the same thing I say. I hate the fact that, you know, my dad passing had to become the glue again.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it is what it is, and we're here now.
Yeah.
And the glue seems to be
it's really strong.
Yeah, it really is.
Because he was about that. He was a very family oriented and stuff, you know. So it was Ishcho. He would have loved this. He would have loved that album too.
I really think he would have. So he didn't get a chance to hear it.
No, he was already gone. He was the reason why it existed. You know, so.
Yeah, so there's a bar from Reese where he says I might be misquoting it, but I'm really happy Jody's breathing.
Yeah.
F that homie who shot him. Yo, what's
left femur. There's a metal rod. Yeah, because the bullet broke the bone, but then it wasn't an exit wound. The bullet got stuck here, so they had to take out pieces that were still left out there.
when does this happen, Joe?
2013, 14, neta. Yeah, 13. Yeah, 2013. That's one thing also my brain does. It kind of blocks out things I don't want to, yeah.
Holy
but
that's the femur, dog.
Yes,
the femoral, the femoral artery is right there.
Yes.
You can bleed out in 8 minutes.
There we go. I'm talking to somebody that understands actually what the seriousness of this thing.
Straps, and hollow tips, and blue tips.
Yeah,
bro.
So yeah, I'm talking to somebody that understands that actually could have been very left. Yeah. I remember telling my mom, I think it was a day after, I was like, yo, I remember when I was on the ground, I was drying up in my mouth. Because you were losing blood, low man. That's what was happening. In fact, where I fell, there was sand. No? But that area, it's concrete because it's a walkway.
Yeah.
But after being shot there, I fell onto sand, and that's the sand that protected.
It kind
of clotted a bit.
Yeah, because you need a tourniquet for that.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been an easy robbery, bro. Like, give me your phone.
Take it to go.
But because me na talk, and I'm thinking, I'm right here, like home is there.
Yeah,
who are you, dog?
To come and take what I've worked so hard for.
No, it was not even that. It was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I didn't have flight. Let me say that. At that time, I didn't have flight. I don't even think it was on me, bro.
Yeah.
It was just my instinct didn't say.
Because it's either fight or flight.
Oh. And my dumbass chose the other shit. So that's when he's like, oh, you think I'm playing? And clearly he was a professional because he could have really panicked and went, but he went, yeah. And then when I fell down, I was like, oh shit, this man me business. I'm like, yo man, my bag is at the back. Take all that. There's a fucking tablet in there right now. I just came back from work because at the time I was working retail. I was working for Reebok at that time, but Reebok CrossFit stuff. Yeah. And then and that day, can I tell you the funniest shit?
Bro.
The irony of this whole thing. That day, I had just come from gym doing leg day. Yeah. So somebody's playing a prank out there. Yeah. Leg day, Baba. So
I think God's assistance sometimes.
Yeah, no, it's like, yo, I got something for you.
Yo, listen.
How we can write the story. I got something. You're gonna think it's crazy, but hear me out. And then he was like, I like this one, put it in.
So this is just a robbery in Pretoria?
Yeah, it's just nothing personal. It was nothing, it was just a homie on his job, you know? And then give me phone, give me regular night, Pretoria vibes, doing this. But I don't know. I don't know why I just didn't chill and say, enough lope.
No, I understand.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
I could have just chilled, bro. None of that shit would have happened.
At that time, you didn't have any kids.
I had kid talk on the way because, you know, and I'm thinking, hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah. I gotta live.
Yeah.
I gotta live. I remember, to be honest, and this is gonna sound crazy, bro. Mara. That day I remember, inside of me, I had a big argument, bro. Big argument on Kulungul. I'm like, you playing me.
Yeah.
Oh, you playing me, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
You put ideas in my head that I can be something from this
And then-
nothingness. And then you want to take it like this.
Like in this way.
I thought they said you was God or whatever. All right, let me see what's going on. But you're not gonna let this nigga do this. Because there was after the first time when I fell, he wasn't wearing the mask. So I realized that if I look up at this man and I see him and he lets me go like this, he might think, because obviously there's much anger in my eyes.
Yeah.
So he's not trying to risk that. You know, so I'm like, hey. So I didn't look, Joe, the barrel was here, so I didn't look. I was like, all right, now I'm done. I'm like, yo, my G, the bag, there it is. Do what you gotta do. That time that I'm looking at the shell, it's chilling here. I'm like, hey, it's a real thing, bro. Because I tried to stand up.
Yeah.
Aye.
This one is said, well,
And the body's smart. It kind of like switched off this situation.
Yeah,
it switched off. There wasn't much super pain. It was just that my eyes are seeing this thing, so
yes.
I interpret it as pain now and whatever.
Yeah. But when you think about
but
it,
there was nothing going on. It was pa. And funny enough, when you're closer to the gun sound, it's not loud, eh?
Yeah.
Just a young,
I know.
like a young firework. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a young firework, like. But yeah, impact. And then Joe, he took the things and he left. I didn't look still. I just made sure that this man is really gone. He's really gone.
And
then I started screaming for help. And then Kituseke family ngwe, you know, her name Nagamo opposite together. You know, shout out to him, bro. I'll never forget them. And then yeah, even the young girl that lived there, she knew who I was. Because I was, no popular guy around the, not really. It's just, popular like just around the way.
Yeah.
Just, get PJ.
Yeah, swag ass rapper guy. You know what I mean?
Yes, the guy who
doesn't skip leg day.
No, I was trying to make sure it looked like I don't skip leg day.
Yeah, ain't no Johnny Bravo.
You know what I'm saying? I was that at that time, bro. I was that at that time. That's why I was doing that. But she came through with her family, and then they went. They told the boy to go to my house to tell my parents, yo, PJ that's the whole breaching.
Yes.
This is a very also infamous bridge for such things. Even my mother, caught. Yeah, I remember that day. I ran to the bridge after, and it was so dumb, but it's just instinct again.
Yeah.
I'm seeing my mother bleeding. You go to bridge? I'm like, yeah. And then so I went into the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, something happened to your mother as well?
Yeah, on the very same bridge. It was a bad bridge, bro. But now they got lights going on there. Sometimes they have cops chilling there to just watch the situation. But that bridge was very infamous for rapes and, niggas getting robbed. Some getting even killed, double.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So something happens to your moms and you come out, the protective instincts.
Yeah, I took, and it was so
alone.
stupid because, and it's dumb because, okay, so get your ding and then you think those niggas are waiting there like, yeah. We just messed up that old lady. She, you know what I'm saying? And then they go, you fuckers. No. So just anger and it was just traumatic for me. I've never seen her like this. She's really tough, always just on her business,
Yeah.
Joe, so...
She survived that, no problem.
No, she wasn't really hurt badly, but she was cut, and obviously she was panicked because Joe, come on, she about Twara, and then they took what they took, but Joe.
And that time she's got children.
Yeah.
So one thing that I remember when I first got robbed in Josie, more than anything, it was my pride that was hurt, because I come from the village. I've had to prove myself as a man
many times.
You know what I mean?
And then you come here and some nigga and
and I remember after that I was like, I'm never doing this again. And then I remember I got robbed again when I was coming from Spain as well. I was working in TV production behind the scenes, and at that time I was already somewhat MarazA.
No, I remember that era. Yeah, you were MarazA, dog.
And they pulled out the strap and they pointed it at me, and I remember looking at that nigga dead in the eye. And they're like, bring your shit. And I just walk backwards. And I'm looking at them. And then he cocks it again. And when adrenaline is running,
in
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm not processing things. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm just trying to get out of here. I'm trying to find a way
But
to.
then when he cocks it again, also things should have clicked and whatnot.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So I had already pulled out my phone.
Mm.
So they came, pointed the gun at me. He cocks it. I hear it. I pulled out the phone, and because I've got a work laptop here, it belongs to white people. This thing, and I'm black. If I come back tomorrow and I say this was taken from me,
nah,
they're like, "Are you playing
sold it,
us?
bro.
You sold it."
Come on, stop it.
So I give them the phone, and I step back, and they like foot tech via. I'm like, nah.
Eh.
And he says they went on off for when he cocks it again as they're walking back. And they walk away. And I moved. And I'm like, this nigga chambered around 2 times.
Sure.
But
and
no round
nothing
throughout.
happened, yeah. So then let me tell you what happened. I keep telling my closest people, Hore, I remember I was told, Hore, if a certain sound does not happen, yeah. If a certain sound does not happen, yeah, you're dealing with somebody that just coming to you bluffing. But if a certain sound happens and you can hear it chilling on the chamber,
yes,
there's a
yes,
but there's a pitting.
Yeah.
That pitting,
the pitting
that loud one, like that loud one, that hollow one, that pitting.
Nah.
It's just to scare you, right?
Yeah.
But there's a something is ready.
Okay, we're in now. We're up live.
But because it was just happening, bro.
Yeah.
I went with that's probably. So that's why I think maybe my brain just thought, fight, bro. Can't know this is not what we're doing today.
You know? I came back to the house and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, it was still 2 guys, you know? I come back and I cry. And this is what sometimes it upsets me when we have the discussion about how just men, as a man, you're just a danger. You're inherently dangerous. You're
pretty
destructive.
Much.
You're a man. You're trash. You're abusive.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you've rendered abuse. Whether you like it or not, you've been
somewhere in your life.
Yeah, and I think how many guys have to walk around scared because of other guys?
True.
There
we go. There's another hot one. There's another hot one and nobody wants to really like give it some care. Yeah. But there's another hot one. Niggas themselves are scared, bro.
We're scared. And we're not scared
every day.
Yes,
shit.
We're not scared of men, we're scared of bad people.
Yeah. It just starts there.
That's it.
But yeah, it has become gender wars now, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It's happening. It's the era now. Something has to happen in this era, and this is the coding of this matrix right now.
What I'm worried about is, we both have children and 2 daughters, and I remember I had this thing. I started a show called From Boys to Men online, and I was just talking to young boys and young men, and I was talking about things that were going on in our country. This is 2020, at the height of like the GBV femicide thing. And I'm trying to talk to young men, like, what experiences are you going through and what can we do
to assist and kind of like alleviate the pain and stuff.
Yeah, and so that we can be better men for our sisters. Dog. And I told the story of how, I teach my daughters where to go, where not to go. And when she's old enough, I'm going to start putting her in self-defense scenarios.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Whatnot. I got attacked, bro. They attacked me so much. Like, instead of you and your friends starting to act better, you're telling a woman that she has to restrict her life from going. Bro, if I bet you.
Do you see how blind that movement was, bro?
It is incredibly blind because you're telling me I need to deny my daughter information that could save her life because I am subconsciously telling her
you must
something happens, it's her fault.
No, because also you must account for young boys you don't even know.
I don't know them.
You don't know these young niggas. You don't know their situations. We don't know how they got hurt when they were kids and now they're hurting other people. You can't fucking save the world, bro.
No, we can't.
So we are being told, Hore, one time it wasn't no.
Well, you got robbed, dog. We know that's a dangerous spot. You're telling me that no one at some point said, Mara, what were you doing there? That's a logical question. That's a logical question. You should. I'm not saying it's your fault.
No, and you know what I mean?
I'm sure you asked yourself
because
that question.
Everybody knows the bridge.
We know. I'm not gonna walk around in Hillbrow tonight with with my phone in my hand like I own the spot.
Of course not. In fact, that day, bro, that's when I learned to always follow my instincts because I was not even supposed to be on that bridge.
No.
That's the funny part. Yeah. I remember I was coming from gym It was a bit late, but I knew there was certain taxis that I catch somewhere to go home. But then there was this other man who's from the area.
Yeah.
And he said, Arvai. And it was like a whole thing of, you be like, you know, we're going straight home, so this is dope.
Yeah.
I'll count on the way this man is ranking now.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He's ranking now, he's taking people, and then where we get to, where we're supposed to get to, he says, yo, my nigga.
I'm gonna have to drop you off
I'm gonna have to drop you here, man. I'm like, my nigga.
You played me now. You leaving me out to the vultures?
You know what I mean? So what do? I blame that nigga? No, I can't. It was written in the stars that that's supposed to happen. So, hey, yo, I remember that day, bro. Like, I've went over that bridge, né? There was a time where, before even the incident, there was a time I went over the bridge, but that time I was just being a young, ignorant nigga.
Yeah.
I was from also somewhere in West Park, chilling with niggas, and I drank a little bit, but not too much, obviously. And then, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll walk it, man.
Yeah.
And then I walked it, but now there was niggas for real there. And I remember it was like 3 or 4 of them. But they chased me, but they couldn't catch me. But
they tried you again?
No, it was before.
Oh, before.
It was before.
Okay.
So that's why also the confidence was there. Oh, maybe even today I can just got free. Yeah. But that day I felt it for real. It was a bit colder that day. It was like, I know.
Something's coming.
Something's coming. Something came. And it just before, bro, I finished the bridge, man. Because usually them shits happen in the middle.
When you can't get out too far.
So sometimes people will walk in the street where cars are so that they can avoid walking on the sidewalks. So that if anything happens, I can just be in the traffic and be like, hey, yo.
Yeah.
You know, just take a risk with that. But you know, niggas will be like, hey, nigga, no, nigga, trying to go home. You're like, yeah. So, Joe, it became that thing, that day, I should have just followed my gut feeling and said, no, hush up. I'll go to the taxis I know.
Yeah.
Because I felt, I'm like, Joe, I could save money. Let me go to the man.
Yeah.
Fuck up. So from that day, that small voice I've always listened to.
It a lot
always listened to it. It has never, led me astray.
Yeah.
Man. And you know what the funny part is, bro? I always thought if Vele I'm going to be robbed or get into a situation like that, it would be Josie.
Yeah.
I had it in my mind. I'm like, I know it's coming. Josie for sure.
Yeah, over here.
Josie for sure. I was sure, bro. I was like, the time I moved to Joburg, I'm finna see flames.
But
I can tell you now, nothing. It was my own city.
You know what? Because
my own city.
Since you have that, you move with that caution. Even
so I was always alert.
Yeah, you're alert, and I think that's what gets people into trouble a lot of times. We're not situationally aware. We get, especially now with cell phones and stuff. You get so drawn in and tunnel visioned into this thing. It's like I don't understand people who walk around with headphones.
Yeah, it's very and in
noise cancelling headphones.
In town.
Yeah.
Or anyway,
Anyway,
it's hey Joe, that thing is risky, and I used to do that shit too until I realized though this thing is very dangerous.
It is. It's extremely dangerous.
And I was like, nah, never again, because you're so vulnerable at that time.
I really felt for me like becoming a father really changed how I look at certain things and how I approach certain things. Like now, my ego, which is still alive and well, is wired differently.
There we go.
My ego gets pride from being able to see my kids grow and my kids flourish. That's where I get my sense of satisfaction as a man. That's dope. You know?
Absolutely.
And so for me, in a situation like that, I'd be at this point in time, I'd be proud of myself if I come out of it alive, because I get to go back to my kids,
bro.
You know. And now, if it's me or you,
it's gonna be you.
Hard it, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you.
It's not because of you. It's
because there's people I gotta account for. You know
what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm the same. I'm the same. I mean, with me, it was never a problem to be able to care for other people because Big Brother thing.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also with the Big Brother thing, it came with, Grootman wasn't, putting in the work that he was supposed to. So I had to kind of play deputy pops.
Yeah.
So those things were simple for me, right? I learned early. But Vele, now when it's your child, it's different.
Wait.
Which was worse for me because it's girls. You see, with my little brothers, I didn't worry too much. I'm like, nah, I've done my job. I've trained niggas well. They be alright.
Yeah.
Joe, with
girls,
bro.
Yeah.
And I got a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old.
That's beautiful, man. That's
Bobo.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So.
And their father is Jody.
So yes, yeah, I'm about to do that shit.
Yeah.
So
Jody.
Yes. So my eldest, I don't live with her.
Okay.
Right. It's a different mother.
All right.
Right. Yeah.
Again, good looking, nigga.
You know what I mean? So I have to, get her come holiday, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a tough
That's
balance.
the setup. Yeah, the setup is only taking hold properly now, type of stuff. All that stuff. It's just man.
I remember the first time you told me about that, bro. There was such a bright light in your eyes.
Yeah.
Your skin was glowing, and you were dressed. You were dressed like you reminded me of if Diddy was chilling at his place in Malibu.
Sure.
And he's on his those loose tracksuits that fit, and he's you're in a good place,
Yes,
you're in a
sir.
good space.
Yes, sir.
And it felt like that's what it was, man.
It is, bro.
And rappers are notorious for not looking after their kids.
Yeah, all that, because you can get lost in the sauce, bro, of trying to better yourself, your career, what. I don't want the game to take me. I want to participate and do my thing, but I want to take a stake from the game, but I don't want it to take me. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be to the point where, in order for me to stay relevant, I have to put my family into the. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to protect them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
But now
So,
as Jody,
yeah.
How are you doing that differently? So that, because now I see a lot more of you on the socials.
Yeah.
I see a lot more of you. You're looking like
Yeah.
the most eligible bachelor out in these guys.
Yeah.
How are you
bro.
approaching things differently now in this phase of your career as Jody, having just dropped Revenge is Sweet,
Yeah.
which is really dope.
Shout out.
How are you approaching things differently?
I'm approaching them like this is really my job.
Yeah.
I'm approaching it like that. I remember also seeing this thing where Eminem stopped Justin J going into studio the whole bloody day.
He goes in 9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m.
6.
It was 30 lunch.
Yes,
like lunch you
he takes
cannot.
lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 6 o'clock, Akon is like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, no,
and he
see you
left. He's like,
tomorrow.
now see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
Let's go. I'm
this man is
inspired.
playing me. Yeah, I'm inspired though.
Yeah.
It's just that it comes with this fame nonsense. But fair to, it's work.
Yeah, true.
You understand? So I adopted
it.
it.
To do exactly what he does. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We gotta work more hours. I mean, but that's why I also set up the studio in my house now.
There we go.
So that even if I'm working, my family's in the next room.
Yes.
So with my family situation is beautiful. I have a beautiful family, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm very blessed. And you must remember, I saw this before and I wanted it for myself as well. I came into your house before, brother.
Yeah, bro.
And it was a room full of love, family.
Warmth.
And you could feel you're in that man's house. Because when you're in a real man's house, you even see things like 2 seconds. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's like you focus on the guy, because this is my house.
Yeah.
This is my wife. You greet, quick, finish.
You fuck off.
Here's the kids, fuck off, studio.
Yes.
And then we get in the studio. And that's how Vela, you're in a man's house who's protecting his family.
Yeah.
But there was love still.
Yeah.
And I saw that for myself, and I'm like, man, this is so dope. He has a studio in his house. And then his family's just right here. This is dope.
Yeah, bro.
I wanted it for myself, and I did it.
I remember you said that. And you come here many years later, and it's still exactly the same way.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying to you, bro, sometimes we do things and you don't think you're affecting people. You don't think you're influencing people. Sometimes it doesn't have to be you saying shit.
Man.
It's just you being yourself. You did the biggest influence thing ever. Bigger than influencers. By the way, influencers make money more than fucking artists out here, bro. But back to this shit. Back to this. So that's what happened, bro. I see those things, and those are the things that inspire me. So for example, somebody will say, but Jody, bro, babbling, and they've been come up all your life. And I'm like, I'm successful. I have a family that I can take care of. What is your success?
What is it?
What is your success?
Name it.
For me, I'm good, Baba. I can rap.
Yes.
I've gotten
Better
better.
than you?
Yeah, I've gotten better.
Yes.
You know, over the years.
Yes.
I can do this. Even in fact, some people think I can sing now, nigga.
There we go. School
You know
fees are paid.
Yeah, school fees are paid. Nigga, I was taking my daughter to swimming, ballet, all of them. So don't play with me. So not for me. That's my success, maybe. Yeah. I know niggas probably were trying to put you on the other A-lister rapper thing. This is what success is. I'm like, no. I remember seeing also as Java video. I will never fucking forget it. I almost used that as the ending of my album as well, actually. Sean O'Clock, coming soon. But he's Slicker was saying, so what would happen if you lose everything? And he says, you lose what? Yeah. What did he say? I want to say it the way verbatim, but it was, he said, what is everything? And he said, and Slicker's like trying to, but he's like, no, bro. And I've just continued my life in Sebenze A-Reece. I'm like, what the fuck? That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Because this, from the very beginning,
that's
was
it.
love.
Yeah. So why are you guys making it? You are putting this thing, and that's why now it even pushes the music aside because look a certain way, MarazA, so they can see that you're successful. Pose in front of a huge ass what, so you can see that you're successful or whatever. And I get it, of course. It's inspiring, but Aditwa need success arena, bro. Yes. Yeah. You know what I mean? Aditwa and Jody I remember, bro. It's Java again. I'm sorry, man. I'm like a big fan of that guy.
Likewise, same here.
And he has taught me things even without even saying them also. The other time and I'm proud to be on that album too. Isina Mover, dog. He was done with it. And it was that thing or you know how niggas, like I'm done. Yeah, I have an album, yeah.
It hasn't come out. It hasn't not been sold. We don't know. But he has achieved what he wanted to.
It sounded like the biggest thing in his life, and he was satisfied. That's when I knew everything is coming for this guy. Yeah. That's when I knew that everything is coming for him. Because if bro, you know what I mean?
That was his goal and his objective.
Yeah.
So at that point,
he's successful. No one can tell him shit in the Matrix, in this simulation for this coding. He did it.
Yeah. What the sales, what not? That's not what I was doing.
Bro, he didn't say anything about that. It was a toilet. No, he said, yeah, you see now, I can fuck off now. Yeah. I have an album.
Yeah, I did what I had to. I did what I wanted to.
Dog.
Man.
So niggas dress up their shit as they grow. But then you had to dress it up as you grow. Now you're saying, oh, should I have to get gold? Oh, because everybody that's doing it in the industry is making it the benchmark of. Now we must follow suit. Now all of us must look a certain way and show certain things in order for us to be called successful rappers. That's where the motherfucking shit started. Nagere gents. Studio camera million movie right now Netflix
to this day.
That's success, MarazA. Yes, fuck these niggas, bro. Yes, fuck these hoes too.
Yes, sir.
They're all talking shit because they're on there and they were fearful. They didn't go for their shit. Fuck you.
Yeah.
We here, bro.
Now you want me to go for your shit.
With fear, we did it.
Yes.
So fuck them, bro. We are successful. Nigga sharp, but I'm nice. I'm nice, my nigga. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's beautiful to hear.
Yes, sir.
How far is the album?
Bro.
And why am I not on it?
Come on. It's been. You know why?
I'm just asking questions.
Can I tell you why? Because this album, actually, I've been working on it for, if I'm counting correctly now, I could say 3 years, bro.
Oh damn!
So it's been existing. I've been working it through Heaven Can Wait, through Sunset, through the Revenge Packs, through everything. I was going back to my album all the time. So yeah, it became that thing. I wasn't even thinking of, many things. Like the features came in when I had already had things. So, and it was not even a lot. It's just, and it was also people that, that thing of the energy thing out of Uhijo.
Yeah.
So of course, obviously.
All jokes aside, out of sight, out of mind. I started this by saying I have love for so many people when they're not here,
But when you see them again,
when I see them again, it's like, yo,
everything reignites.
Yeah, but when they're not here, they might feel like I don't have that love. So I absolutely understand what.
So it's
what
bro.
means,
It's. I know for sure. And sometimes you'd have those ideas that I could, but you don't know. You don't even know how to check the temperature there.
Yeah.
You know, what is this person gonna think? And then when
I'm happy to see you back on the field. I'm happy to see you back playing again.
Yeah.
And as I go back to play myself, trust me, the story, the conversation we just had, is one of the templates I'm going to be using to keep myself grounded as I proceed further. Because I also don't want to get lost in the source. Yeah. Because now at this point where life is, we've got kids to take care of, we've got things to handle, and you want to play the game, but sometimes the game
can play you.
You know,
and it's okay to be played by the game, bro. We're not perfect. We're learning. Yeah. I don't think I have it figured out. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah. I think I have a lot to learn. But I'll get it right because I believe I've always been able to do that, to kind of understand the basics of things, and then be able to continue from there. So that's just where I'm at right now. I feel very grateful. I feel that I've succeeded. Yeah. I know for other people, with the optics, it might look a certain way, but I don't really give a fuck.
You survived. That was death. Yeah. I know what
shut out. You're actually the one person in this kind of situation that has. I know some people very like, oh damn, man, but they don't. Yeah, it's like, come on, you kind of exaggerating over there. Yes. It's very serious. In fact, I mean, if it hit a certain artery, there, I would have to be amputated.
Yeah. The femoral artery would have been a thing. So I mean, if you break a bone, the bone gets sharp, cuts that artery.
There we go. So it was those things, bro.
You survived that. You survived. Tumultuous relationship in a business setting with a record label that was dead set on draining you guys financially after you left for very valid reasons. Yeah. You survived people trying to come between you and your bro TK. You survived the loss of your father. Yeah. You survived being a father who doesn't have access to all his children. Yeah. And today you're here. You survived the transition from PJ to J Jody.
Yes, sir.
And now you've got stuff on the way.
Yes, sir.
How is your life so far?
That's crazy. The way you built that up. That's why you gotta have interviews with the right people, man.
Yes, sir. You're the right one.
You know what I mean? It's funny you were using that word multiple times. My name is Poloho. Yeah. I was told it means survival.
Oh shit. Name your kids
correctly.
What you want them to achieve.
Yeah, correctly.
So I'm gonna name my next child Bentley.
Here we go.
Except I want it for me.
So except for you,
Bentley Baba.
Yeah, so it can, the universe can package it correctly.
There you go.
Because they might not understand if it's for you or
survive.
Yeah,
what but say it again.
Poloho. Yes.
Survival.
So yeah, it's a name that was even thrown down to me by my father. He didn't like it for himself. He's like, man, I don't take this name, and he threw it onto me.
There we go.
Yeah. So it's crazy that name has actually been,
it has manifested.
Yeah, manifested because I've survived. And bro, there's even many other things I've survived, double. So that's why I'm grateful like this, bro. Yes, sir. I'm in gratitude space. I don't even ask for shit when I pray, dog.
Damn.
I don't ask for shit. I'm in yo.
But just let me.
Yeah, I grand. Whatever it is, maybe this is sharp. Yeah. Sure. Just don't take this one away. Yeah. Let's just. Yeah, but thank you. I'll ask for nothing. Whatever, I will have to work, and I know you'll meet me somewhere halfway there. Yeah. So that's the attitude I have, and I think it's been peaceful for me. Yeah. Because I was competing. I'm very competitive. I was competing. I wanted to be at a certain level. Yeah. But I was losing myself in the midst of it. And I was like, fuck that, man. Yeah. I'm not doing this.
It's not working.
No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. My daughters need a role model. They need a real man. I'm their first love to begin with.
Yes, sir.
So I have to make sure. So I want a certain level, Vela, of, hey, this man contributed to the art. Contributed to the culture, contributed to art being better, to getting better, to also helping and assisting in all these things. Nah? but at the same time, still keep myself and my soul and being able to just be myself. In fact, I have a song called "Be Myself" where, and you know, a lot of people like it too because for real, that was just saying that like I just really just want to, because when we get out, bro, you know how it goes. We kind of put on a thing.
Yeah.
We kind of put on a thing. It's work out there,
bro. From the first time I saw you, I felt like you were gunning for the world, and I felt like you deserve the world. And I think through that you grew to understand you don't want the world, but so far from what I've seen, you've built a world, and I hope you can hold on to that,
man.
for as long as you live, and may you live on longer through your music.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it and I receive it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and
sir.
we're gonna update the description with all the stuff that's coming out from him. Revenge is sweet is better than sweet. And I can't wait for us to come next. Looking forward to that. Stay tuned. My dog.
My nigga.
Thank you, broski.
Thank you so much, man.
Yo. Shit, man.